your relationship with your dad, I just want to talk about. I mean, with both your parents, but especially with your dad, because it's an unbelievably sweet relationship, okay? And we are all our daddy's girls. And even when you guys sit next to each other, like he'll hold your hand and he'll sit. It's so sweet. And he has spoken about how education was so important to him, right? And where he said that his father told him that you will not be joining this business until you finish a certain amount of education. How was it when you decided not to finish education, right? And you dropped out and you made that decision for how supportive or how different was it? How did your family deal with that?
So it's super interesting. For part number one, I think Papa and I have worked really hard in our relationship. And we're finally in a place where there's just like unconditional love. We still have our disagreements, but...
Like all families.
Yeah, but it's like it's very chill.
Yeah.
And Papa's my best friend. Like, he knows about all my,
Yes, everything.
And last what he told me, right? Which I'm following it, by the way.
Oh, God.
So, basically, I think what happened was that Papa's Dadaji, that's Aditya Birla, just for context, I think Papa and Dadaji had a very beautiful but a very complex relationship. And Papa was not a big fan of completing his CA. Now, of course, he has a lot of gratitude. But there was a lot of pressure on him from Dadaji. So I think Papa has been very successfully able to break that generational cycle. So with me, when I explained to my family where I was coming from, honestly speaking, they just wanted me to be happy. I remember mom said, just have a plan B. I think my master of the college was more worried for me than my parents were, because he said this is either going to be the best decision of your life or the worst decision of your life. And the funny thing is, and I believe in these things, I remember that weekend, I was 90% sure with my decision. I went back to London. I was at home in London. And where I stay in Oxford, the entire place just caught fire. And we have no idea. To date, the insurance company came, did all their checks. We have no idea why that fire happened. It's worked out really well so far.
Of course.
And I wouldn't have it any other way.
You've also had, and a lot of people are envious of that because, Mr. Kumar Mangalam Birla, which is weird for me to say, but uncle's your dad. You've had the opportunity to learn so much from him in terms of business, in terms of the person that he is. And you kind of touched on it, but your views do clash. At times, because everybody has different working techniques as well, not just at home, but I'm saying professionally.
Api, I don't know what to do. I'm going crazy.
But how do you find your voice with somebody that experienced, that powerful, somebody that's in that position? How do you say to him, I think you're wrong and I'm right? How do you do that?
Firstly, I would like to say that he's been really kind to give me that space, right? To be able to
independently
have this opinion. I think it's taken, proving myself in a way to him as well, which is a little weird for me to say, but I guess it, for example, Swatantra being a success, which he didn't believe in, Contraband being a success, music taking up, or he sees a difference that I've made in real estate, or he sees the way I conduct meetings, so obviously I think we're all human beings, right? And at the end of the day, he wants the best for me. And I think the strength that Papa gives me as a dad, right? Like, let's say I had a terrible day for whatever reason. He makes it very clear, Ananya, you're my first priority. Like, he was in Calcutta. No, he was in Delhi the other day. He called me up and said, Ananya, Betu, are you okay? If not, I want to come to Bombay for an evening, spend time with you, and then I will go to Calcutta.
And make sure you're okay.
And he's exhausted at this point. I'm like, Papa, not at all. I should be the one coming to Delhi if anything. But he's just, I don't know how to explain how much gratitude I have in my heart for the dad I have. Like, in all ways, like whether it's professional, personal, and I'm really, really lucky and grateful.
And just to follow that question up, I would love to ask him this question, but I'm going to ask you, do you think that having a daughter, just like a lot of fathers say, has really changed my life? They always say this, like with them, and especially their firstborns, right? Do you think that it's evolved him in certain ways to have a daughter?
He said something and I didn't realize. He said that without even realizing, I want my children to know, or something. I'm not really changing, I'm changing the words, that without even realizing, they have helped me grow up with them.
Yeah, and so he's evolved with you
guys. That really
guys.
hit me hard because I didn't even think of, like, for me, my parents are my superheroes.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize that as kids we could have that impact on our parents, you know.
You know, when I was younger, and I'm the firstborn as well,
Yeah.
right? And my mum and me used to have all these clashes when we were
Yeah.
teenagers. And my
Normal,
mum,
very
sometimes
normal.
my mum used to be so fed up of me. And I used to be like, it's not my fault. And Anam used to have everything very easy because she was the second. Because I used to fight all the battles and
Yeah.
then Anam had it very easy. So my mum used to say, how do I know? I'm also a mother for the first time. She used to yell at me
Yeah.
and she was like, I'm also learning with you.
Yeah.
And obviously at a younger age, it's hard to understand. But today, as a
Now
mother,
that you're
I
a mom, you get
understand.
it, right? Yeah.
I understand what she means
Yeah.
because you learn along the way.
Yeah.
Just that they are growing up, you're also growing in that relationship.
I was very late in life. I was like 24 or 5 when I realized that my parents are also here for the first time.
Yes.
And they're doing this all for the first time. And overnight, my perspective on everything changed.
So I think we just think parents are supposed to be perfect.
And they know it all.
Yeah, and
But
they know it all. But it's
they're
not the
learning with
case.
us,
Yeah,
man.
they're
Like,
also human beings.
Exactly.